And then keeping that angle still, rounding as you come back to sit on your heels. I'm really enjoying now that stretch through the side. Relax your core, relax your pelvic floor. Sitting back on your heels if you can. Fabulous stretch for the back, just a couple of breaths. And from here, let's come back up into 4-point kneeling. And taking the hand back to the center. Just take a moment to feel the length of your spine. You've stretched out both sides. And then very slowly on an out breath, let's round back to sit back towards your heels, keeping a space underneath your abdomen, and we're going to restack the spine to come up tall. The next exercise is roll backs. For this, we're going to be in a seated position, but before we do the roll back, we're just going to learn about the C curve. So sitting nice and tall on your sitting bones, have your feet hip width apart and parallel, the knees bent, arms underneath your thigh bones, unless you want to do the more advanced version, in which case you can hold your arms out just below shoulder height, as Sally is doing, keeping the collarbones nice and wide and open. Now, when we do a C shape, it's a bit like a curl up and a pelvic tilt at the same time. We did it when we did the cat a moment ago. So we're going to use the in-breath. So as you breathe in, you're going to curl your upper body forward, tuck your tailbone under, but the trick is to keep your shoulders over your pelvis, over your hips, and you create this lovely C shape through the spine. As you breathe out, we're going to restack from the base and come back up to the S shape of the spine. And then as you breathe in, use the in-breath to open the back of the ribs and create this wonderful long C shape. So it's an opening of the back as your tailbone tucks under, and breathing out to come back up nice and tall. That's the C shape. Now we're going to roll back onto the sacrum. So we're going to take an in-breath to create that C shape, keeping the shoulders above the hips. Then as you breathe out, curl your tailbone under even more and roll the pelvis under. Try and keep your feet on the floor if you can. And then breathe in, breathe out, and coming forward. Keep the C shape to your back, shoulders over hips, and we'll restack, coming up tall. And an in-breath into the back, open the back, collarbones nice and wide. And breathing out, rolling back, roll the pelvis under on the thigh bones. Try and keep your heels down if you can. And breath in and out to restack. Back up, keep the C shape, and coming back up tall. Okay, once more, that version. It's an in-breath, long, long C shape through the spine, rolling the tailbone under to come back. Strong use of your abdominals. And then coming back up, keeping that C shape, keep the C shape, keep the C shape, and then rebuild from the base of the spine. Now, that's a very challenging exercise. We can make it a bit harder with this version with Sally. So carry on doing that version if that's challenging enough. And now, C shape to start. And then breathing out, tailbone tucks under. Now, as you breathe in, try folding one knee in. You've got to be really stable in your core now. And popping the leg back again. And breathing in, bring the other leg. Breathing out as you return. She's working hard. And then restacking back up again. And coming up tall. We'll try one more. And breath in. And breathing out, tailbone rolls under, back onto the sacrum. As you breathe in, fold the other knee in now, that's it. Breathe out, return, keep the C shape, keep looking down to keep that nice elongated shape. Breath in and out. Breathe in to come back and out to lengthen back up nice and tall. Next exercise is a side lying exercise. So coming along so that you're lying in a straight line on the edge of your mat, your feet are going to be in line with your bottom foot over foot, knee over knee, hip over hip, shoulder above the other shoulder, but this time you're up on your elbow with the elbow directly beneath your shoulder, the forearm coming out at a straight angle. Now, even holding this position, this lovely length of the spine, requires you to use your core muscles. So think long and strong in the middle through this exercise. Your top arm's just resting down. In a moment, we're going to reach it up and over and lift through the hips at the same time. So, taking a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, lift up through the hips and float the arm up. So you create a lovely long straight line. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, reach up and back down as you lower your hips. Breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, lift to lengthen away. Breathe in, breathe out, and slowly lowering back down. And breath in. As you breathe out, lift to lengthen up and over. Breath in, and out to come back down again. Now, to progress it a little bit further, we're going to add an oyster at the top of the movement. So now, Sally, as you come up to that position, so breathing out as you come up, stay in that position. We're going to add an oyster now. Oh, that's tough. And coming back, and we're going to lower back down again. Perfect. And breath in to prepare, and out to lengthen up and over. Now keep this line here. Requires a lot of stability as you open that top knee. Perfect. Keep it lifted and back and coming back down. Fantastic. So we can do the same thing on the other side. So once again, lying in a straight line, but coming up onto your elbow. Just checking again your elbows directly beneath your shoulder, and you're pressing away up through the arm. Long, long, long through the spine, strong core muscles holding you in that lengthened position. Taking a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, lift the hips and lengthen, pressing down into the lower legs. Breathe in, hold, breathe out, and lengthen as you come back. Breath in to prepare, breathing out, lift and lengthen away. Breath in, hold, and breathing out to come back. And really using these muscles underneath here to lift and lengthen as you press away. Breath in and out to come back. Continue with that version, or you can try the harder version with Sally here. So coming up on an out breath. Breath in as you open the top knee. Out to close. Breathing in to lengthen to come back. And one last time. Breathing out to lift. In to open. Out to close, and reaching up to come back down to rest. So we're going to bring the spine into extension now, so you need to be lying on your front. So lying in a straight line, and for this exercise, the dart, we're basically going to be keeping the lower legs engaged throughout the whole exercise. So let's just look first at what's happening here. So if you start with your legs just relaxed, toes together and heels apart, just take a breath in as you breathe out, gentle core, and then bring your inner thighs together so you lengthen through the legs, buttocks just gently engaged here. Keep these connected here as we go through the rest of the exercise. So now, taking a breath in to prepare, as you breathe out, first your head lifts, then your neck, collarbones widen, palms come back to face your body. Good, lovely. Breath in there and breathe out and curling back down again. We want to achieve length in this exercise, not height. Breath in wide, breathe out, gentle core. Head and neck, collarbones widen, palms face your body. Long through the body, it's a dart. Breath in and out to lower back down. Now, that's challenging enough as it is. We're going to add some extra load now by floating the arms up now when you're up there. So, taking a breath in wide to prepare. As you breathe out, lengthen to lift. And then breathe in to float one arm up. Breathe out, you're going to bring the arm back down again. Stay up as you bring the other arm up alongside you. And bringing the arm back down again and lengthen as you lower back down. We'll do that once more, bringing the other arm up first. Breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, lengthen as you lengthen and lift. And then floating one arm up. And then pressing back and down. Keep staying up, so keep lifting and lengthening. The other arm lifts and pressing back and down. And then lengthening back down again. Now, that's challenging enough, but to progress the exercise, we're going to bring both arms up together. So breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, lengthen as you lift. Breathe in, breathe out, float both arms up. Breathe in, breathe out, and lengthen still as you come back, and lengthening back down again. Breath in to prepare, breathing out, lengthen as you lift, long, long, long through the body. Both arms reaching up and forward. Keep the height as you're there, pressing back down, and lengthening back down. Now this time we're even going to add a salute if you want to work really hard. So breath in to prepare, breathing out, lengthen as you lift. Both arms floating up, and then bring them to a salute on your forehead. Whoa, that's hard. Lengthening back up, and then bringing your arms back down, lengthening back down to relax. It's going to feel wonderful now to stretch your back out. So let's first come up into 4-point kneeling. So hands beneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips. Just find that wonderful elongated shape of the spine, that long S shape we've been working so hard for. And then bring your feet together, but leave your knees apart, and we'll sit back on the heels. That's lovely, to rest your forehead down onto the mat. And here, we've earned to stretch, so breathing wide and full into your back. Let your core muscles, everything just relax now. So take your breath wide into your back, right down also, down into your lower abdomen. So some wonderful deep, deep breaths. Stretching your spine out. And then breath in. As you breathe out, tailbone tucks under, pubic bone moves forward, and restack your vertebra to come up. Tall. So once again, coming into standing correctly, just have your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart this time to give you a lower base of support. Check the weight is still even on both feet. Checking your pelvis is in neutral, ribs away from your pelvis, length through the crown of the head, shoulders open and wide. And then we're going to take our arms up and lightly clasp your hands behind your head. Keep your elbows in your peripheral vision and just gently press the back of your head into your hands. It'll give you a sense of length, which is really nice. We're now going to take the spine to the side. So taking a breath in, as you breathe out, head, neck and upper spine reach up and over to the side. And breathe into your open side. Now breathe out and lengthen up through the crown of the head to come back to the center. Breath in and breathing out, head, neck and upper body reach. Breath in there to the open rib and lengthening up, 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 up to come back to the center. And once more to each side, breathing in to prepare, breathe out, up and over, length to both sides of your waist. Breathe in, breathe out and center. And then on the out breath, head, neck and shoulders reaching up and over. Breath in and out to center. We're now going to rotate the spine. So still standing tall, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, head, neck and rib cage rotate around to one side. Keep your pelvis facing forward, and then still spiraling up as you come back to the center. Breath in and breathing out, head, neck and rib cage, turn the other way. Keep lengthening up still as you center. One more of those to each side. So using the out breath, keep lengthening up, pelvis facing forward, just gently rotating the spine, keeping the waist long and elbows within your vision. And now we're going to combine the two movements. So you're going to breathe in and you're going to flex across to the side. Then as you breathe out, you're going to do an oblique curl. So rib down towards your hip. Breath in as you open back up and breathing out as you come back to the center. Breath in as you open across to the side. Breathe out, rib to hip in an oblique curl. Breath in as you come back, still keeping side flexed, and out to come to the center. Breath in, head, neck, across to the side. Breathing out, oblique curl down towards your hip. Breath in as you open to the side and lengthening up to come up. And once more, across to the side. and an oblique curl down, opening back up, coming back to the center and floating your arms back down and round. And then let's just bring the feet so they're hip widths apart, knees soft. We're going to finish with a couple of roll downs. Breath in as you lengthen through the spine. As you breathe out, gentle core connection as your head nods and each bone coming away from its neighbor as you slowly roll forwards. Breath in at the bottom and breathing out. Tailbone drops under, pubic bone forward as you restack bone by bone to come up tall. Breath in wide to the ribs. As you breathe out, head and neck as you're coming up and over an imaginary ball. Pelvis is the last to move. Make sure you're coming down centrally. Breath in there and breathing out. Tailbone drops as you come up tall, bone by bone by bone, to finish the workout. We've put together a really short program that's going to challenge your abdominal muscles. Now, it's a balanced program working the spine through all planes of movement, but it's really been designed to add to another workout. You've been warned, it's a tough one. So we're going to start seated with your feet hip width apart and parallel, knees bent, sitting high up on your sitting bones, arms underneath your thighs, shoulders open, long, long spine. Take a breath in and come into a long, elongated C curve. As you breathe out now, we're going to roll back down bone by bone. Tuck the tailbone under, roll the pelvis under, to come back down into lying. Bend the knees up, bring them a little bit closer, the feet a little bit closer to you. Just take a moment. Just notice where your head is, your ribs, your pelvis. Just take a breath. Perfect. So breathe in, float the arms up to above the shoulders. Breathe out, take them back in a rib cage closure. Keep your ribs integrated. Bend your elbows, lightly clasp your hands behind your head. Bring your elbows forward. We're going to combine two movements now, a spine curl and a curl up. So, taking a breath in, as you breathe out, tuck your tailbone under and roll yourself up through the spine. Perfect. Now, breathe in there. As you breathe out and as you roll back down, nod your head and sequentially curl your upper spine up. So the two movements go together. Level off there, perfect. Breathe into the back of the ribs. As you breathe out and come back down through the upper body, so you to curl the tailbone under to come up through and open out the pelvis. Breath in there. As you breathe out, nod the head, rolling back down through the spine, rolling up through the spine, working both ends at the same time. Breath in and breathing out. Tailbone tucks under, opening out the hips and rolling back down. Taking a moment there, breath in and breathing out. Head nods and using the abdominals to lengthen out the spine at both ends. Perfect. One more, breath in and breathing out. Tailbone tucks under. Send the knees away, open out the hips. Come up so you're on that lovely diagonal, and this time stay down with the head, and now really long, long spine, bone by bone, coming back down there. Perfect. Leave your hands behind your head. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, fold one knee in. Breathe in, breathe out, fold the other knee in. Perfect. Breathe in, breathe out, nod the head to curl up. We're going to add a toe tap action now. So staying curled up on the out breath, open out the hip to dip your toe in the water. Perfect. And breathing out to tap your toe down. And lengthening away, opening out the hip, but keeping the pelvis nice and anchored. Keep looking down towards your abdominals. Keep breathing into the back of the ribs. So your neck is still nice and lengthened, no strain in the neck, but your abdominal muscles are working. And let's tap once more with each leg. And now this time tap one foot down, tap the other foot down, and slowly lower back down. So we're now going to combine another 2 exercises. We're going to do an oblique curl with a hip roll. So we need to bring the feet and knees together. Hands can stay lightly clasped behind your head. So breathing out as you nod the head to curl up. You're going to stay curled up. Breath in. As you breathe out, your hips roll one way and your ribs the other in an oblique curl. Breathing in as you come back through the center and straight over to the other side as your hips roll one way and your upper body rolls the other. Perfect. And coming back to the center. And oblique curl one way, hip roll the other way. Now the top leg extends. Much longer lever, much harder on your core. Bend the knee and then drawing back through the center. We'll do that one to the other side and coming across and straightening the top leg. Perfect. Bend the knee, coming back to the center and lengthening as you lower back down. And let's fold one knee in and fold the other knee in. We're going to do scissors. Okay, so now we're going to curl up with the upper body again. Opening out the upper body. Straighten your legs up now into the air. Perfect. And now turn the legs out from the hips. It's a natural turn out, long legs. And as you breathe out, the leg's going to scissor. And breathe in and breathing out. So again, looking down towards your pelvis and lengthening now. Look how long those legs are. Reach for the far corner of the room. Long, long, long legs. Stay anchored in your center. Perfect. And reaching away. And reaching away. And reaching away. Perfect. Keep breathing into the back of the ribs. And just when you thought it couldn't get any harder, we'll bring the legs into parallel. We're going to flex the feet. We're going to do a oblique curl at the same time. So now the leg lengthens away and you curl across towards the leg that comes towards you. And across. And lengthening through the heels. Those legs are still long. Rolling through the ribs to come across. Still think of your center line. That's if you're not thinking just about your abdominals. And lengthening away. And lengthening away. And once more to each side. And lengthening. And then rest in the middle. Bend the knees. Lower the legs one at a time. And slowly lengthen and lower. Fantastic. Well done. So we need to stretch those abdominal muscles out now with a cobra. So coming over onto your front, lying in a straight line, have your elbows down by your sides, your fingertips in a line with your cheekbones, your legs just naturally turned out from the hip and just a bit wider than hip width apart. Take a